For the record, here on CKXU 88.3 FM, located in Blackfoot territory, broadcasting out of the Students' Union building at the University of Lethbridge. Joining me is Eve Lacey, who just performed that amazing and beautiful live set for us. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and welcome.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
So what's led you to pursue music and to not only play amazing and beautiful piano pieces, but as well as guitar?
Well, I've been playing since I was a kid, so I think it's just the natural snowball effect. I was 6 when I started playing piano, and then of course singing and guitar started in high school, and I just loved it so much I just kept doing it as an adult after high school.
You performed for us some original pieces, and I was kind of wondering, what's the songwriting process for you? Are you self-taught, or have you had some lessons over the years to learn how to compose?
Composing is 100% self-taught. I have never gone to any lessons or read any books about it. It's just something where if I'm sitting at the piano, I just sort of let what is inside me flow out. Just a very emotional process.
If people are wanting to follow you and find your music and that, what's the best places and the outlets they can go and find you and be able to know what's coming for the future?
Of course, you can find me on all social media outlets at Eve Lacey Music. That's Lacey with an EY. And on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And if you're looking for weddings or events, you can find me on Wedding Wire as well.
Your final piece that you played for us, you said it was an original composition. Fairly new from what I'm remembering. So what's kind of the story behind that piece?
Well, that piece called Want Love, wrote that, I guess, in the last couple weeks, specifically for this show. I guess the idea behind this song is, it just seems like, in general, people value relationships more important than being single. And it doesn't matter if you're in a good relationship or a bad one, that you should just be in a relationship. And if you're not in a relationship, you need to lower your standards and your worth and your value just to be in a relationship, to meet the standards of society, that you're better off in a relationship and not happy and single and working on yourself.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget about the relationship of one. The most important one is the one with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Being happy and content with yourself before anything else. And we also forget about the other relationships we have outside of romantic ones, but the platonic and familial ones. So
yeah, absolutely, right? And I guess more so with the piece is that as the words say, I have a lot of friends who, their idea of me being single is not that cool to them, so they're always trying to find ways for me to be in a relationship, and every single one of their ways is for me to lower my standards or just pick someone just so I can be in a relationship, but that doesn't equal happiness. And I think people lose that, is that relationships do not equal happiness. You have to find happiness outside of one first.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for sharing that piece with us and sharing all your music with us today. It was great having you on, and hopefully we can bring you back in the future. I know you're relatively new to the area, to Lethbridge. Have you been able to get out and do some performances around Lethbridge and take in the music scene? Or I know things are weird, but
yeah, things definitely got a little weird obviously in the last 24 months. So I have not been in the music scene. I've not really played around Lethbridge. I'm from Medicine Hat, so I've been still sticking to the comforts of home. So whenever I go back, I prefer a cafe scene. But if everything turns out well with what's going on in the world, next year you can start seeing me around at cafes. I just like to rock an easy listening style kind of music, which is perfect for events, cafes, weddings.
With your powerful voice, it's kind of hard to believe that you prefer that kind of easy listening venues. You can definitely fill a hall like this. So
I'm shy. I like, if I could do a big show but be in a corner where no one actually sees my face, that would be perfect.
Radio's perfect then.
Yeah.
As I always ask all my guests, it's always the hardest question I like to end off with, and it was to select 4 tracks to share with us. That way we can listen to them at the end of the interview here. And so we're going to start off with Cliffside Through My Eyes. What kind of led you to select that one for us?
It's my friend and his band, and they're awesome. It's a Christian metal band from Medicine Hat area. I mean, now the guys all live different parts of Alberta and BC, but yeah, they're killing it right now, and that's one of my favorite songs that I like to work out to.
Then we're going to hear We Three, I Want to Love Somebody.
This song, I just think it's so cool. This is such a cool song. I just heard these guys on social media somewhere, and it's just an awesome concept. Once you guys listen to it, you'll see what I mean by awesome concept.
We're going to hear from Matt Mason, Feel Good.
Don't know this dude at all, but a friend of mine, Morgan, introduced me to his music, and I am obsessed with Feel Good by Matt. Obsessed.
Hopefully our listeners will start getting obsessed as well. And then we're going to end off with Max Richter on the nature of daylight.
All right, so this here is where he inspires me with my piano compositions. He's classical contemporary. When you start listening to his music, outside of Nature of Daylight, you'll recognize some of his pieces that are in some major motion films and TV, etc. But he inspires the kind of music that I compose on the piano.
Looking forward to hearing it. Thank you once again for joining us today. And just before we leave off, once again, how can people come find and follow you and interact with you?
You can find me on anything social media related at Eve Lacey Music, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Wedding Wire. You can check me out on Spotify, Amazon, all the the streaming music platforms for some of my pieces that are out there. And yeah, if you have any questions for anything, send me a DM and we'll chat.
Awesome. So we're going to hear from Cliffside Through My Eyes right here on For the Record, CKXU 88.3 FM.